My name is Fera Lorde. I'm an Indigenous artist, sex worker, and organizer with SWAP Brooklyn, currently living on unceded Lenape land or Brooklyn, New York. Over the past almost 2 decades, I have worked in the sex trades through complex mixtures of coercion, circumstance, and consent. I have been fostered by a deep familial community who have taught me how to thrive through generosity, self-respect, humility, and real deep love. Together, though, we have witnessed and experienced innumerable amounts of grief. Hearing the words unknown or unnamed prostitute found dead over and over, searching for any identifying information to see who this beloved person is, stripped of their humanity in the public eye, but painfully visceral in our hearts. Listening to pundits speak about our lives as if we have no will of our own, while our hearts are still broken with loss. I have mourned alongside so many members of our community, spread resources and integral knowledge around, screamed in unison at protests and actions, presented ourselves to legislators over and over until they hear us, paying rent for friends, sleeping on their couches, letting the world in on what we already know, that we deserve respect, humanity, and the right to self-determination. My personal grief and our community grief can feel like a heavy weight. As an artist, I've learned to channel the things that I cannot carry into my artwork, whether performance, painting, sculpture, or otherwise. When I began painting these pieces of tiny ethereal little angels on dirty concrete and encased in liquid plastics, found debris, and pigments, I realized that I was painting our community, interwoven deeply into the fabric of all of society's inner workings. I have stood alongside my sex working community near or in the heart of every movement that I've been alive for, from Black Lives Matter to Standing Rock to Stonewall to Occupy, because we exist within all of them. We are the most complex and multifaceted group of individuals to work together as a community, all coming from different backgrounds and experiences, and our ability to rally for and beside each other, deeply understanding how the entire scope of human rights movements is intercorrelated, understanding the ways in which we all access this specific trade outside of the institution due to many varying circumstances, discriminations, needs, desires, and ideologies. It is our greatest strength and what brings us that wealth of ability to keep showing up. My quote, God is a hooker, and my faith lies within us, living, breathing angels as a community doing the great work. The pieces I included in this publication for sex work liberation were made during the Black Lives Matter uprising and First Nations land back movement over the summer. I witnessed so many members of our community going out night after night to stand in the front lines or provide background support to both, creating housing networks and jail support, providing material and community mutual aid to sex workers most marginalized, making care packages for COVID prevention and bringing them to the people living in the Black, brown, and poor neighborhoods who were hit the hardest by COVID, creating and running hotlines for crisis care and community response, running round-the-clock ICE watches and building bail funds and legal support systems, picking up slack where others needed rest. I am in awe of us and our ever-present ability to exist within exist in integrity within all of these movements, to see what is needed and act on it without imposing any outside agendas or need for recognition, and at the same time having resilience and self-respect when we are overlooked. We, as any community, have our issues and internal conflicts. We are absolutely not perfect, but we also know when to put ourselves aside for the sake of our collective right to self-determination, to basic rights and needs for all of us. We know that Black Lives Matter is a part of the work for sex workers' rights. We know that land back and Indigenous rights and MMIW are a part of sex workers' rights. Our community is Black, is Indigenous, is migrant, is trans, is poor, is disabled, is neurodiverse. Our complexity is what gives us our understanding of unity, of the interwoven ways in which our well-being is intricately connected. We are the opposite of an imperial system which seeks to divide us, kill us, and incarcerate us. We are so deeply oppressed at every turn because we are the greatest threat to this system, a system which profits off of poverty and white supremacy by providing its only escape through the military-industrial complex. Our existence is a threat to this system. Supporting ourselves and our communities with unregulated and criminalized sexual labor, an anomaly which threatens the facade of our imperialist present, and by criminalizing us, they can continue to profit off of us. As we fight for the right to self-governance through decriminalization, we also prove that we as people do not need the system as much as it needs us. In the words of my late best friend, Jamie Morningstar, the more we thrive, the more we decolonize. Today, we heard the news about yet another bill seeking to dehumanize us in the name of political patronization. As a person who has lived under the incredibly harmful end demand laws in Seattle, it was devastating to see this presented in opposition to Representative Julia Salazar's decriminalization bill, penned alongside sex worker organizers in Decrim, New York. I know that we are tired and that this comes as a deep blow, but I have faith that we will circumvent this. As we say in many First Nations communities, we are a complex, adaptive system that has emergent properties. We adapt and thrive even under the most oppressive attempts to destroy us. We grieve our losses deeply and we celebrate our victories wholeheartedly, and we continue to care for each other in ways that most would never be able to comprehend. In love and solidarity, Hatchet Chi. Thank you.